Hi, I'm Audrey.
And I'm Lilly.
And we are here on our way to Tamales Bay Oyster Company to try out some delicious oysters. We're really excited to learn something new and maybe show you something new too. Afterwards, we'll be going back to the kitchen to show you a delicious recipe that you can make with fresh oysters. So let's get going. We are here at Tamales Bay Oyster Company with Sean O'Brien, and he is going to tell us a little bit what makes these oysters special.
Hi guys, welcome. This is Tamales Bay's oldest continually run shellfish farm. The farm has been here since 1909. Back in those days they were farming Atlantic oysters. They came over on the railroad, and then we switched over to the Japanese variety, Miyagi. We call them Pacific oysters when they're grown over here. And we grow them out in the bay. We sell them exclusively right here at the Blue Counter. There's no shipping or anything like that. There's only one small restaurant we work with up in the Marshall store. Very well known spot. Gets pretty happening on the weekends.
That must be fun. I think that's what makes these oysters so good. We've had them quite a few times, and it's just that they're so fresh and they really come across that way. And it's so much fun that it's kind of like a local thing, you know? You're not like shipping them across the country, so that makes it so much more special, right?
Yeah, alright. Here's 50 extra small Pacific oysters grown out here in the bay. These are about 1.5 years old. First thing we gotta do, take them up. Listen, we wanna make sure they're all nice and closed up. Sometimes they'll die in the tanks. We've been experiencing higher mortality rates, kind of with the unusual El Nino weather we've been having.
Weather?
Yeah, the warmer temps. So what you'll hear is a hollow sound, but this one sounds good. They're all nice and closed up. All right.
Beautiful.
So we'll crack one here. Just don't want to cut your lip on the shell there.
Yeah, beautiful. But, oh, that's beautiful.
We'll do one more.
Here, yeah, let's taste them at the same time.
And then I'm going to walk you guys through, have you shucking like a pro. This one's a little bit bigger. Are you going to eat them straight up, or do you want a little sauce?
A little sauce for me, but I don't know about little. I don't care. I like lemon juice or hot sauce on mine.
Alright, time for some sauce. This is really popular. It's our garlic elixir. It's California rice wine vinegar, garlic, shallots, chives.
See, that looks so good.
And here's my personal favorite, a California staple, lime and tap.
Yes, me too. I love having, you know, citrus, lemon, or lime, and then some hot sauce because it's really like, really offsets kind of that little bit of ocean salty flavor. I just love it so much.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna do that. A little bit more than that. I know, I'm getting it. Give me a second.
Sometimes you gotta tap it.
Oh yeah. Here.
There you go.
Ooh, a little bit too much.
That must be why they call it tapatio.
Alright. And then just a little bit of lime. I think I'll do it.
It's definitely a good snack in the morning.
Do you know there's any other things that people put on raw oysters, or is this really the...
Horseradish is really popular.
Really?
People go nuts for horseradish.
I don't think I've tried that. I've never had that.
I'll do shucking jobs and I'll put out a big jar of horseradish and people just line up the horseradish.
Oh, sounds
Slamming it down.
interesting. Here,
And
okay.
then cocktail sauce.
Oh, I've had cocktail sauce before.
And that's super simple to make, you know, from scratch.
Mm-hmm.
Really good. A lot better than the stuff you buy in the
At
jar.
the store, yeah. Yeah. All right, so do we want to try these?
Here we go.
right,
We're going to
let's do
shoot
it.
it back, chew it up, chew it once or twice. And that's kind of when the oyster dies, when you chew it. So they're still alive right now. Here we go.
1. Oh.
Delicious.
I was gonna do a countdown, guys. But, that is so good. So fresh, honestly. Yeah. It doesn't get any better than this.
You kind of notice how the flavor, you get more of an aftertaste of the oyster.
Yeah, it's definitely, you know, you kind of realize that taste once it's gone. And the hot sauce really just goes well with it. That's why hot sauce is my favorite with it. It's just salty and spicy and just so good. We just got back from Tamales Bay Oyster Company. We have our beautiful oysters that we got from Sean, and we're here to make this beautiful and super easy recipe. And luckily, our friend Chef Elizabeth is letting us use her beautiful container kitchen to make this recipe. And what I love about this is that it's just so simple and it really lets the oysters shine. Alright, so first to get started, you want to take our garlic butter, and just to make this, you just want to melt some butter in a pan and literally just add up really finely chopped garlic. That's it. Make sure it browns just a little bit. And then we are going to be adding a ½ teaspoon of smoked paprika. You're just going to guess that right now, you know, it doesn't have to be perfect measurements. And then just whisk that up. And then about a tablespoon of this will go onto each oyster. I love this because it's just so flavorful. And it smells so good right now, the garlic butter. Oh, it's so delicious. And then also on top of that, we are going to be putting a bit of lemon juice. And this just, of course, adds the tanginess. As you know, I like my oysters with a little bit of hot sauce, lemon or lime. So I always love lemon on oysters, cooked or otherwise. Alright, so now what you want to do is just take a little bit of salt. We're using some really nice pink salt and it's super beautiful. But if you can just use salt you have at home. And then just sprinkling a little bit on top of each one. And then we are going to be putting just a little bit of prosciutto. And when you broil these, it gets a little bit crunchy on top and it's super delicious. So you just want to take a little bit and just kind of stack it on top. Kind of like that. So it has the opportunity to get nice and crunchy in the oven. You can use a little bit less or a little bit more, whatever you would like. These look ready to be put in the oven at 350 degrees for about 7 minutes. I can't wait to try these. Put them in the broiler, so I'm just going to take these down there, and if you wouldn't mind opening that for me. Alright, so our oysters are finished, and now we're just going to plate them really nicely. First, we're going to have Audrey just move them over. They were still sizzling a few minutes ago, so we're going to make sure to be careful as they're still hot. And then I'm just going to put a little bit of these chili threads onto them. Kind of just ball them up a little bit. These are optional, they're just a little bit of garnish if you would like. I love plating them on the rock salt too, because that's just a really traditional way to plate oysters. And yeah, this is just rock sea salt. Again, that's optional, but it does make it look really, really pretty. And then there's just little lemon slices too, just to make it super pretty. And also if you want to squeeze a little bit on there for freshness. And there we go! It looks wonderful! That's such a beautiful plate. I wish Sean were here to taste these. I'm sure he would be proud of our recipe. They look so good and I'm so excited to try them. Can I? Yeah, of course! Here. I'm just gonna finish mine off with a little squeeze of lemon. Let me just dive right in here. Alright, are we ready? Yeah! Ooh, I gotta grab mine 1 second. It's like a concentrated flavor, you know? And they were so delicious when they were raw. Personally, I think they're even more delicious now that we added on the butter and the paprika. Really, I kind of like raw and cooked equally, but I still think these are so delicious. What I love is that oysters, you can make them any way you want. So our dad loves to do them on the grill, and he'll put a little dollop of barbecue sauce. You can just cook them, but also add the same things that you would add on a raw oyster, such as lemon, lime, salt, some of that little medley of garlic and vinegar, and even hot sauce. The possibilities for oysters are just absolutely infinite, and I think that's why I love them so much. They're so versatile and they're always delicious.